G'day and welcome to Frosty Kid, the sequel to Everlasting Summer, I believe. Let's just get that music going down a bit so I can actually hear myself. That's better. I said we'd see these characters again. Let's go. I wonder, what is the spirit of the new year, and what is New Year itself? If I press escape... Okay, I've got saves there. Just another time cycle. One of many red letter days, or a much more alluring and mysterious event. If my memory serves me right, the New Year was celebrated even in ancient Rome. Who knows, maybe even before that. But why is it a holiday, and why are people so excited about it? Everyone decorates New Year trees, dreams up various stories, invites their friends.
Semyon, there's a lot of free space behind it. What's the matter? Are you grudging the toys?
Grudging the toys? I'm not sure I follow that line of reasoning. Lena's voice made me snap out of my thoughts. I found myself standing still, clutching a small glass statue of a snow maiden in my fidgeting hands. Yeah, I'm on it.
Slavia, stop it smaller. You won't be able to eat it in that way. Ulyana, cucumber should be over there. Now look, please.
Is that... Slavia is there. She looks pretty much the same.
Alright. Hey, moment.
That's Ulyana, she's grown a bit. Everyone around is busy with holiday duties. Even I, driven by the ambience, volunteered to bring and decorated a New Year tree. I volunteered to bring it and decorate the tree, yes. I think that's what I was meant to say. Today is the 31st of December. We've reached an agreement to celebrate New Year at Lena's. It just happened that way. Anyway, it's not like we had any other option. Lena's place was the obvious choice. After all, who would be pleased to celebrate New Year's in an untidy and dusty apartment like mine? Or in a dormitory in which Slavia and Eliza lived? Several hours left until New Year, and the preparations were going all out. I was finishing decorating our New Year's tree. Slavia, Ulyana, and Lena were casting their spells on the festive meals. Meanwhile, Eliza dashed to get the groceries as we were running out of ingredients in the last minute. Obviously, we were hoping that Xenia and Marsha... Who's Marsha? Would drop in, but the evening was getting darker and the girls were nowhere to be seen. Who's Marsha? The front door slammed, allowing in the freezing air, fresh air, that could even be felt near the Christmas tree.
Can't get supplies.
Having finally hung the glass statue on the branch, I came up to Eliza. Judging by her voice, the supplies were pretty heavy. She stood with her back against the wall, trying to catch her breath.
Lena, couldn't you find an apartment even higher? Sure, it doesn't matter whether it's the second or the fifth floor. It's exhausting in any case.
She shouted in the direction of the living room. Only muffled laughter echoed from there. What, you climbed the stairs while carrying all that?
Can't you see?
Why didn't you use an elevator? Eliza stood up to me and glanced angrily at me. Oh, Eliza, angry as usual.
Being a smartass, the elevator already went up, and I didn't want to wait. What's he standing still for? Move this to the kitchen. Stop making eyes at me and move.
Why? Eliza has always been a kind of locomotive, and at the same time an ignition spark in our company, just as Ulyana. Was there another word under that I missed? If we gathered up somewhere, it was definitely their scheme. The bags appeared to be really heavy, and when I tried to pick them up, I couldn't hold a cry of surprise.
Oh, hard for you to admit it these days. Come on, let me help you.
Together we managed to get the large bag, I guess, stretched due to the load, bags to the coach, that lamentably creaked under their weight. I'm having trouble figuring out some of these.
Why you bought so much? You'll thank me in the morning. Ulyana, girls, there are some firecrackers over there.
Nosy Ulyana has already peered inside a bag through a hole in its side, pulled out a long black box, yelling cheerfully, tearing the bag even harder. Oranges fell out and rolled around the floor. Well, at least we have oranges. Who is that? BCE? Ulyana? Having noticed the disaster she'd done, Ulyana gathered the fruit quickly and pretended to be a nice girl. The front door slammed again. I don't know who she is, so I can't give her a voice yet.
Hi, everyone. Now, what have you been loitering about?
Oh, is Marsha that Miku girl? She changed her name. Marsha entered the living room wearing a dark dress and roll-neck sweater. That suited her perfectly.
I wasn't loitering anywhere. We recorded our song today, and I'll tell you, girls, it's beautiful. So what's up? Got any news? Are there more people to come? Or is there so few of us here? Oh, Simeon, I know too.
Even though there were only 6 of us, it was getting pretty crowded and let us one room flat. Oh, is it gonna be a mouthful? And my voice is already strained from that 55-minute episode yesterday.
Why do you feel a drink you had? Is it real or fake? You know, we bought a fake one and it smells awful. Well, like plastic. You know. And here you have a real one. It's so cute. Where's all real Christmas trees?
Oh god, she talks a lot.
When I was little, we used to bring and decorate a real Christmas tree. And I would even chew its needles.
Why? Why would you be chewing at them? That's a bit well, I did used to pull the Christmas tree on top of me when I was younger. Had to get a little barricade to stop me getting to it.
And I also love Olivia salad, too. Do you add pickles to it? My mother always does. Oh, and my friend doesn't.
I'm not sure. Somebody had to calm Marsha's endless chatter down, so I did chime in the conversation. Or should I say, monologue. We were waiting for Xenia. Help us sort out the stuff, will ya?
Okay. Oh, by the way, this evening we...
Suddenly she went silent, pausing in mid-sentence. This evening you what?
There's nothing.
I can't remember if I used the same voice as before. Ah well, that'll have to do. With a great deal of commitment, Marsha went about loading off the bags, sorting food on the table, while leaving the rest of the stuff on the sofa. There was a strange, nearly forgotten feeling that had been haunting me restlessly throughout the whole holidays, as though I was 12 again, hurrying up to bed so that I could wake up early in the morning and open up gifts waiting for me under the New Year's tree. And Marsha's strange nothing only served to reinforce this feeling. I guess it's the first time in about 5 or 7 years I find myself in high spirits on the eve of New Year. Today I enjoy myself rather than stay buried like a mole within 4 walls, forcing my eyes not to miss the moment the clock in the corner of the screen marks the beginning of another cycle. Of the seasons, I couldn't tell the difference between. It's all thanks to the girls. It's only been a while since the day we all met, though up to now, we've been hanging out together and visiting each other pretty often, as if we're old friends. Well, perhaps it was the truth after all. But can we call everything that happened to us real, or was it just a bright and vivid dream our company shared? Though it mattered not now. The more important thing is the lesson we've learnt from this dream. Dream? Are we dreaming? Is this not real? I wonder. Don't black out again. You did that a lot in the previous game. The hand of the clock was approaching the 10 PM mark relentlessly. Lena and Slavia were having a chat and rattling dishes in the kitchen. Oil was sizzling on the pan, and some meat was baking in the oven. Filling the kitchen with appetizing savor as the serving of the festive table was reaching its end. Lots of trumpery was hanging from each and every corner. I've reached garlands were winking with bright colours, and dull glassware was glistening from the branches of the New Year's tree. The scent of tangerine and pine needles served as the complement of the elevated atmosphere of holiday, just like in the good old days of childhood. Ulyana and Liza ran outside, having a strong intention to try out the explosive contents of the bag that filled it to the limit. Marsha was lying on the sofa and seemed to be falling asleep. I was sitting in an old and soft armchair, staring aimlessly at the TV screen, where a bunch of show business stars in brightly coloured dresses, Hollywood smiles shining on their faces, were wishing their audiences Happy New Year. Though at that very moment, I had not the slightest intention to notice any of their histrionic behaviour. All I wanted to see was a noisy celebration of holidays with cheerful people and their never-fading smiles. And I wanted to believe in their countless wishes of happiness and health, and that every wish would undoubtedly come true, this time at least. My eyes accidentally caught sight of some kind of little dark box lying on the floor. Ulyana's firecrackers. At the same time, a mobile phone rang from somewhere in the kitchen.
You want me to drop them? Nah. Climb up and take them by yourself. I won't drop them to you. What? Okay. Savion, go down and give those firecrackers to Ulyana. She's left them somewhere in the room.
Thoughts were moving slowly in my head as if my mind was enfolded in some haze, and I didn't want to leave this soft and cozy armchair. Though, why don't I go out and breathe some fresh air? My stomach needs to take a break from those tempting smells anyway. Best to go down. Though it was too stuffy in the apartment. I'll go for a walk. I said to the girls in the kitchen and left the apartment shuffling on my coat. Ooh, change the music. The street greeted me with noises from every corner. Someone was launching fireworks, children were playing with peg tops, little toys that were spinning and launching sheaves of multicolored sparks. Ulyana and Eliza were setting up a huge firework that was probably equipped with at least 30 shots, as the box wasn't a small one. I'm afraid to imagine what cut out our budget was spent on this insanity.
Right?
Instead of answering, I showed her the small box.
Give it here.
Ulyana snatched the box out of my hands.
Well, how are we gonna rock this night?
She had a twinkle in her eyes, just like a small child. She was probably thinking of something to blow up the whole time. Why'd you buy them? You could make it yourself. It isn't the first time for you, after all. If looks could kill, there'd be just a small pile of ash left of me under Eliza's incinerating glare.
You're such a jackass, Celia.
What's wrong? Victorious capitalism prevailed over the young chemist? Old habits still turned up in the worst time possible, and now I realised I unwittingly teased Eliza. Alright, I'm sorry, don't blow up. Hands raised themselves in a reconciling gesture.
Would you, for one, stop apologising in an upcoming year?
You want me to not say sorry for... For what? You don't want me to apologise? Don't know how to answer that. Maybe, just don't get mad at me. She just tiredly waved me aside and chilly shrugged.
I'm gonna get warm. I'm gonna get warm. Brace yourself if you want to.
Okay, bye. My coat wasn't the most frost-proof one, which is why I started to freeze as soon as I left the porch and felt the first wind blast. Just as I wanted to go back to the apartment, I was actually pulled by the sleeve.
But hey, who's gonna launch the fireworks? And there are still some firecrackers left.
Well, we could stay and launch them. Perhaps I should stay. Eliza, you can go back home while we prepare for the launch. I pointed my finger at the bag with fireworks cylinders sticking out of it.
Well, so you are a numbskull after all.
She snorted, turned around expressively, and trudged back to the apartment. You got what you wanted? I'm a numbskull now. Ulyana just giggled behind my back in response, and my neck was instantly bit by billions of icy needles. Ah, you read ahead, piece of... Without even turning around, I carefully drooped, trying to cover myself from incoming snowballs with one hand while scooping some snow and making a snowball with another. Hey, that's not fair. I don't know what's happening. She didn't even let me turn around, aiming at my head and quite frequently hitting it. Will you stop already?
No.
She lost focus for just a moment. After 2 life-saving jumps, I utilised the nearby bushes for cover. The stern battle raged on. By dodging snowballs, I managed to warm myself up pretty nice. I no longer wished I had gone home with Eliza. After another sharp hit to the bright down jacket, a snuffy voice could be heard from behind the tree.
Hey, it's not fair.
Go on, tell me I shouldn't have taken a dive.
Of course you should have.
She went out from behind the tree, snappily looking at me with her arms akimbo. Her upset appearance was so funny that a smile appeared on my face. Quit sulking with me. Got hit with a snowball. This isn't such a big deal.
Alright, let's go on some firecrackers.
Her easily appeased temper could knock my socks off sometimes. Just a moment ago she was burning me with a blazing expression, and now she's already suggesting screwing around. Heh, let's go.
Whee!
Ulyana quickly ran away from another aluminium tin, which had a thin grey string of smoke coming out of its hole. In a second, an unlucky piece of aluminium was torn asunder with some blast. Just like a hit. Despite the fact that Ulyana was on her first year of studies in the university, her ways of entertainment couldn't be called ordinary, judging by the other girls' stories. She was always screwing around, apparently. She even volunteered to be a camp leader. And with that said, that's all the time I've got for this episode. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like. Enjoy what I do, like, subscribe. With that said, thanks for watching, have a fantastic day, and be sure to tune in next time. Cheerio!